Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and this time we're going to take a look at the DC Collectibles DC Comics Designer Series Greg Capullo Nightwing action figure. Again from the New 52, and another from this brand new series that DC Collectibles is giving us. This is probably my favorite of the three figures that I mentioned I picked up in the last video. I find that he just looks really cool. He had the least amount of quality control issues of the three, and he is Nightwing, so I guess I'm a little biased. But yeah, let me just show you the package, and we'll get into the figure. So as you can see, we have this brand new packaging again. Now, you can see it's red on the bottom for Nightwing, since he's got the red costume in the New 52. DC Comics Designer Series, Greg Capullo action figure, etc. I didn't point this out in the last one, but you can see in the backdrop, like, watermarked images. You have Talon, Riddler, Batman, and Nightwing on the bottom right. I'm assuming that's Nightwing. It's kind of blurry. But anyway, that's weird. It might just be the same image of Batman. Anyway, you got the Batman logo from the New 52 as well. So here you have Nightwing's name. Really cool. Number 3, since he's third in the wave. On the side here, you've got Greg Capullo artwork of Nightwing. And DC Comics Designer Series, etc. And then, whoops, on the back you have the whole wave. So, let's go a little quicker with that one since we looked at it in the last review, which I'm assuming you watched, but if you did not, I previously reviewed the Batman from this series, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. So here we go. Here's the figure. Again, I do really like this figure. Right off the bat, I will say QC was much better on this guy for the most part. The only issues I had of his ab crunch was completely frozen out of the package, again, much like Batman's. However, just with a little bit of wiggling to both of them, like I just sat there and kind of gently tried to pry it. Eventually, they both unfroze. If that hadn't worked, I would have tried some boiling water and see what happened. Otherwise, I think he's pretty much okay, except for kind of wobbly ankles again. It just seems that DC Collectibles does not know how to properly create hinged ankles. A lot of DC Collectibles figures just don't have any ankle articulation, and they just are a lot more stable, so I don't know, I think DC Collectibles, if they're trying to jump into this whole more articulation business, they need to really, really work on it to make sure that it is completely, you know, reliable, I guess, is, you know, not going to cause our figures to fall over because their ankles are wobbly. So anyway, that's getting the QC out of the way. For the rest of the review, it'll be pretty normal. Let's take a look at his accessories, if I can get them out of his hands. He obviously has his Eskrima sticks. They're simply, they're super light and like thin, and they feel, I almost want to say they're literally like a wooden dowel, but I think they're probably like styrene rod, just like a plastic rod, because I don't think it's quite wooden, but they are very light, very thin, nothing special about them. They're just like a charcoal gray. And they do fit in his hands with very well. They don't slip out or anything. You have to just kind of squeeze them in there. So that's it. That's all the accessories it comes with. So we'll straighten them out here and take a good look. So the only thing that I don't particularly like about this figure is the face, which if you're a subscriber of mine and you've watched many of my videos, you're probably tending to think that I'm very picky about Nightwing faces, but I just think he looks kind of like, I don't know, his head looks a little wide, his hair's a little too, like, boyish. It's just kind of a strange, like, mix. And, like, he doesn't look as spot on to this artwork as Batman looked to his artwork. I really think he needed maybe just longer hair. It might have been all he needed, was just some more hair down the sides here. But I don't know what it is, really. Maybe he also could have used, like, a smirky kind of face like that, because that's kind of a Nightwing face. This is looking a little too serious, maybe? I'm not sure. But Again, I kind of appreciate this whole they're Greg Capullo figures. They're styled after his artwork. I like the whole kind of stylized thing when it's what they're going for. So it's not dead on, but it's pretty good. And I'm not gonna go, casting ahead for this or anything. I'm gonna leave this as is. I do like it. I don't love it, but I like it. So let me just give you a look up close to see if you can see what I mean. He's just kind of like wide, and he's got a square jaw, but this like weird. His hair is like floating off of his head. I don't know. I'm just not sure what it is. He's also got these big goofy ears. Maybe his hair is too cleanly cut. I think his hair is too cleanly cut. I'm starting to think that's what it is. That his hair, Nightwing has kind of more like a shaggy, like cool flowing hair than like really short on the sides like this. Like nothing would touch his ear. He's not that well groomed. So maybe that's it. But this is what his face looks like. Pretty clean. The lines on the face mask and everything look pretty good. So let's go down. You can see he has like the collar lines here on the neck, which was in addition to the New 52 costume. And he's got his new red logo. I like this little detail they did here, where it's the insignia is sculpted like over the ab crunch, like it floats over it. And quite frankly, it probably hinders the articulation a slight bit, but it looks cool. And I'm a little thrown because I thought Capullo's artwork. I thought Nightwing's costume in the New 52 started off where he didn't have any stripes down his arms. I thought it was only across his neck and around his shoulders. And then in like issue 19 he got his new costume where it went down his arms, but it also went to his fingertips. I didn't think there was an in-between where he had an arm that went into the gauntlet, but I think maybe there was, and I'm not recalling that correctly. And they are making another figure as well that's being released in I think September of the second costume that goes all the way down to the hands, the fingers, stripes. I pre-ordered that as well, and I'm looking very forward to it. But anyway, so whatever. I do like the look of this. I like how they made this. I like the gauntlets are sculpted very well with the fins again. He also has knuckle dusters. You could see a little bit of red paint got on the gauntlet here on the tip. Maybe you can't see, I'm not sure. And there's a little bit of like in here they tried to paint the peg. They cast the peg in red so it would match the paint here, but then you can kind of see it here. They tried to paint it black and then they kind of didn't finish it. He's got some little specks of like unclean painting along this line, but that's not really a big deal. Otherwise it looks pretty good. A little bit of like mess right in here, but that's just being nitpicky. So no big complaints on this guy. I think he looks really nice, really clean. He's got factory oils just seeping out of his joints still. And get back down to the legs. So he's got just black legs here. You got the folds in the legs, and then he has sort of glossy knee pads here, like these like diamond shaped, and then really cool boots, sculpted, glossy black. He also has treads on the bottom. So he's definitely got a really good look to him. He's more of a simple costume to achieve, less to screw up, I guess. But but really though, they did a nice job with it. He definitely looks like early New 52 Nightwing, and I think it'll be a nice contrast to see this figure with the later New 52 Nightwing figure that will be coming out later this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing the contrast, because that one looks like it's going to be maybe even scrawnier. It's going to have a different hairstyle, different costume. It's going to be a cool comparison, I think. So I'll go through the articulation now. Unfortunately, his head does not go up any more than this, and it's almost to the point where he's like looking down at all times. I will probably try to do something with this. I will probably end up boiling and popping it off and seeing if I can maybe trim, or hollow out the back of his head at all, because I would like for him to be able to look even properly straight ahead, not necessarily even far back. I just feel like he doesn't look properly straight ahead. But it does go, you know, side to side. It does go all the way down, and we'll do a little bit of tilting. He has ball-jointed shoulders, up and down. They will go around, but he is very tight right now. Like I said, he's still got the oils coming out of him. Oof. Does have a bicep swivel, a single-jointed elbow, nice and oily, yum. His gauntlet or glove does swivel, very cool. Again, he has the swivel in the wrist as well, plus the hinge, so that's very cool. His ab crunch is slightly better than Batman's, but still not fabulous. Goes a little farther forward, and again, I feel like this maybe is hindering it slightly, but it goes slightly farther forward, and maybe a tiny bit farther back, but not much. And again, he has the these lines, these peg holes that they did not fill. So that's a weird one. That's definitely a weird choice in my opinion. But he has a waist swivel. He also has T-jointed hips, but they go a little farther as well. Not by much, a little farther. And they give him this, like, gappy crotch that's just looking weird. But you're able to kind of twist him into better poses than Batman. And he has a thigh swivel here, double-jointed knees, boot swivel, as well as an ankle swivel and hinge, which is, again, pretty loose. Not quite as loose as Batman's, and for some reason it's always the left foot. The right foot is tighter, again, like Batman's. So, yeah, I mean, the quality control is a little off still. I'm hoping that maybe with, you know, if we keep reaching out, if you're having issues with your figures, with DC Collectibles, reach out, send them an email, give them a call. You know, it might not seem like it's doing anything if they kind of brush you off, but it might. It just might. So it doesn't hurt to try, because the more they hear from us, the more chances we have of getting through to them. And, yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to wrap it up there. This video was quite a bit shorter than Batman's, thankfully. I definitely do like this figure a lot, and I'm definitely happy to add him to my Nightwing collection, because I would like to try and collect pretty much anything Nightwing. You know, I'm not in a rush, but someday I'll probably have like a little Nightwing cabinet of some kind where I just put like almost all my Nightwing stuff, except, you know, the figures that go in teams or something, or Bat Family or whatever. So, I'm just rambling now. I'm sorry, guys. You can just shut me off. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this figure. Let me know what your thoughts are on this new series, if you're picking, you know, any of them up, if you have, what you think of them. I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys reviewing them, and I'll definitely, you know, chime in. But yeah, this is the DC Comics Designer Series Greg Capullo Nightwing action figure from the New 52. Welcome addition to my collection, and I definitely, you know, I recommend this guy. Just keep an eye out for any, like, you know, paint issues you might see. You can't, unfortunately, check articulation or anything while it's in the package, but yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next review.